Dr. Kyla Fexandra's crystalline fingers moved carefully over the control panel as she studied the strange plants floating in space. The research ship Harmony's Edge moved slowly through the dark area between stars called Kepler 442. This place was far from safe space, but it was the only place these special plants could grow. The plants were beautiful. They ate energy instead of sunlight and glowed with soft blue light. Keyleth had spent 3 years of her life trying to understand. Them, her people, the Velthari, were made of living crystal. They were peaceful and loved to learn about new things in the universe. "Doctor, the readings are getting stronger," said her assistant, a gentle creature called Mothri. Mothri looked like a floating cloud of gas, with bright spots for eyes. His people, the Nethys, could change their shape and lived for hundreds of years. "Good. Record everything," Keyleth said. She was excited. These plants might help them understand how life could exist in the emptiness of space. Tell the others to prepare the collection tools. The ship had 12 crew members from different worlds. There were 3 Velthari like herself, 4 Nethys like Mothri, and 5 Zorathi who looked like tall, thin people with 6 arms each. All of them came from safe, easy worlds where the biggest danger was bad weather or not enough food for a season. None of them had ever seen real violence. Their worlds had been peaceful for thousands of years. War was something they read about in old history books. Even their spaceships were built for research, not fighting. The Harmony's Edge had no weapons, just tools for studying plants and rocks. Kyleth was looking at her data when the alarm started screaming. "Ships coming out of hyperspace," shouted their pilot, a Zorathi named Kextal. His 6 hands moved fast over the controls, but Kyleth could see fear in his large eyes. 3 big ones, coming fast. The ships that appeared were ugly and scary, were covered in burn marks, and had weapons sticking out everywhere.
These
were not peaceful research ships. These were the ships of pirates. "This is Warchef Gracule of the Kethmer Syndicate." A rough voice came over their radio. The voice sounded like grinding rocks. "Your ship will stop now. We are taking your crew. You will make good money for us in the fighting rings." Kyleth felt her crystal body go cold with fear. She had heard stories about the Kethmer pirates. They caught peaceful people and sold them as slaves. Some were forced to fight until they died for entertainment. Others were killed and eaten by creatures that liked the taste of different aliens. "Please," Kyleth said into the radio. "We are just scientists. We have nothing you want." Evil laughter came back. "You are what we want, Crystal Girl. Your kind breaks in pretty ways in the fighting pits. The crowd loves it." The pirate ships started shooting. Their weapons were old but powerful. The Harmony's Edge shook as energy blasts hit it. Sparks flew from the control panels. The lights went out and came back on, then went out again. "Hull damage on levels 2 and 3, Kextal reported. His voice was shaking. "Life support failing. We cannot fight them." Kyleth knew they were going to die or worse. But she was the captain of this ship, and she had to try something. She ran to the communication station even as the ship shook around her. "Send a distress call on all channels," she told Mothri. "All of them, even the restricted ones." "But doctor, the restricted channels go to dangerous places. Wild systems, the Deathworld systems." "Do it," Kyleth said. The ship shook again, harder this time. She could hear metal breaking. Mothri's gas form flickered with fear. But he did what she asked. His fingers made of cloud touched the controls, opening every communication channel they had. "This is the research vessel Harmony's Edge," Kyleth spoke into the transmitter. "We are under attack by Kethmer pirates in the Kepler 442 system. 12 crew members. They want to take us as slaves. Please, if anyone can hear this, help us. We are scientists. We have done nothing wrong." The communication array exploded in sparks just as she finished. Now they could not send or receive any messages. "Boarding ships coming," Kextal said quietly. 2 minutes until they reach us." Kyleth looked around at her crew. They were all good people who just wanted to learn about the universe. They had never hurt anyone. But now they were going to be taken by monsters who would hurt them for fun and money. Through the window, she could see the pirate boarding ships getting closer. They looked like metal bugs with weapons. Inside them were creatures that enjoyed causing pain. "I am sorry," she whispered to her crew. "I am sorry I brought you here." But somewhere in the dark between the stars, her message was traveling at the speed of light toward places most civilized people were afraid to think about. Places where creatures lived that had learned to fight for their lives every single day. Places where beings existed that other beings called Deathworlders. The message was heading toward a small yellow star called Sol. Commander Ji-hoon Park stood on the bridge of the Earth ship Retribution and watched the stars go by. His ship was big and dark gray, built for fighting. It had thick armor and powerful weapons. The humans had built it to protect Earth from dangers in space. Ji-hoon was tall, with black hair and serious dark eyes. He wore a blue uniform with many badges that showed he was a good soldier. He had fought in 3 wars on Earth before they sent him to space. His hands had scars from battles, but his voice was always calm. "Sir, we are 3 days from the border," said Lieutenant Minji Kim. She was young with short hair and quick fingers that moved over the computer controls. "Everything is quiet out here." The Retribution was on patrol duty far from Earth. Most alien governments did not want human ships near their worlds. They said humans were too dangerous, too violent. They called Earth a death world because it was so hard to live there. They were scared of what humans might do. Ji-hoon did not like this. Humans were not monsters. Yes, they came from a hard world where they had to fight to stay alive. Yes, they knew how to make war better than most aliens, but they also knew how to protect innocent people. "They knew right from wrong, sir," Minji said suddenly. Her voice was excited. "I am getting a very weak signal. It is a distress call, but it is old. Maybe 3 days old." "Put it on the speaker," Ji-hoon said. The bridge became quiet. Then they heard a voice that sounded like music, but the music was full of fear. The universal translator made the alien words into Korean. "This is the research vessel Harmony's Edge. We are under attack by Kithmer. Pirates in the Kepler 442 system. 12 crew members. They want to take us as slaves. Please, if anyone can hear this, help us. We are scientists. We've done nothing wrong," the message ended. The bridge was silent for a long moment. "Kethmer pirates," said Tactical Officer Hean. He was older than the others, with gray in his hair. "I know about them. Get people and sell them as slaves. Very bad people." "How far to that system?" Ji-hoon asked. "Kepler 442 is 6 hours at maximum speed," said Navigator Sung-ho. He was quiet and careful, always checking his numbers twice. "But sir, that system is not in our patrol area. Command told us to stay in this sector. And it has been 3 days," Hyan added. "The pirates are probably gone by now. Those people are probably already dead or sold." Ji-hoon walked to the big window and looked out at the stars. He thought about the voice in the message. It was the voice of someone who was very scared, but still trying to help her crew. It was the voice of someone who needed help. "Are dead," he said. "Maybe the pirates are gone. But maybe they are not. Maybe those people are still alive somewhere, waiting for someone to help them." "Sir, if we go there, we might get in trouble with command," Hyan said carefully. Ji-hoon turned around and looked at his crew. These were good people. They had all volunteered to come to space to protect others. They understood what it meant to be human. "Let me tell you something," Ji-hoon said. "When I was a boy, my family lived in a small town in the mountains. One winter, there was a big storm. A bus full of children got stuck in the snow. Everyone said it was too dangerous to go help them. The storm was too bad. The roads were too icy. But my father went anyway. He said that when someone needs help, you help them. You do not ask if it is safe. You do not ask if it is your job. You just help." He walked back to his command chair. "Those children all came home safe because my father and some other men were willing to risk their lives for strangers. That is what humans do. That is what makes us human." "Signal the engine room," he said to Minji. "We need maximum power, Navigator. Set course for Kepler 442. "Yes, sir," Sung-ho said, his fingers already moving on the controls. "But Sir," Hyan said, We are just one ship. If there are pirates there, there might be many of them. Ji-hoon smiled, but it was not a happy smile. It was the smile of a predator. Then they will learn why other aliens call us Deathworlders. Should we call for backup? Minji asked. Do it? Send a message to all human ships in this area. Tell them we have people who need help. Tell them we are going to help them. As the Retribution turned toward the Kepler 442 system, messages went out to other human ships. The message was simple. Innocents were in danger, and humans were going to save them in space. The Retribution moved like a dark arrow toward its target. Inside, 300 human soldiers prepared their weapons and checked their armor. They did not know if they would find living people or dead ones. They did not know how many pirates they would have to fight. They only knew that someone had asked for help, and humans always answered. The stars grew brighter as they moved toward whatever waited for them in the dark. Warchef Gracula walked through his ship and smiled with all four of his mouths. The pirate leader was huge and ugly, with thick green skin covered in scars. His race, the Kethmer, were born fighters who loved to hurt others. They had sharp teeth and claws, and their ships smelled like blood and fear. 3 days ago, his pirates had caught the research ship. It had been easy. The alien scientists did not know how to fight. They just cried and begged when his warriors took them. The prisoners were locked in metal cages below the ship. Show me the new slaves, Grakiel told his lieutenant, a thin Kethmar named Vexstar. They went down to the prison area. The 12 aliens were in small, dirty cages. The crystal woman, Dr. Kyleth, was hurt but still alive. Her body had cracks. In it that leaked blue light. The gas creatures floated sadly in their cages, their bright spots very dim. The 6-armed aliens sat quietly, too scared to move. The crystal ones will sell for much money in the fighting pits, Vexstar said. They break in beautiful ways. The crowds love to watch them die slowly. And the others? Gracul asked. The gas creatures taste very good when cooked right. The 6-armed ones are good workers. They can do the work of 3 normal slaves. Gracul nodded. This was a good catch. He had sent messages to buyers across the galaxy. Soon, ships would come to buy his prisoners. He would be rich, and these soft aliens would suffer for the entertainment of others. Keep them alive, but hurt, he told Vexstar. Buyers like to see that the slaves are broken, but not damaged too much. He was walking back to his bridge when the alarms started making noise. Warchief called his sensor operator, a young Kethmer named Grix. Ship, coming out of hyperspace. Gracul ran to his command chair, the big screen he could see. A new ship. It was not like any ship he had seen before. It was dark and angular, with sharp edges and no extra decorations. It looked like it was built only for fighting. What kind of ship is that? He asked. Unknown design, Sir, Grix said, his voice shaking a little. But the power readings are very high, much higher than normal. Oh. Then a voice came over the radio. It spoke in broken galactic standard, with an accent Gracul had never heard before. This is the Earth ship Retribution. You will release all prisoners now and surrender, or we will take them by force. Gracul laughed so hard that spit came out of all 4 mouths. Earth. What is Earth? 1 ship against my whole fleet? He had 12 ships around him. They were all armed with powerful weapons. This stranger had come alone to fight all of them. It was like a small fish challenging a shark. Unknown ship, Gracul said into the radio. You are very stupid. Go. Away now, or we will kill you and sell your parts. The Earth ship did not answer with words. Instead, it started moving toward them very fast. Sir, said his weapons officer, a female Kethmer named Zara, that ship is not slowing down. It is coming straight at us. Shoot it, Gracul ordered. His ships opened fire. Bright energy beams shot through space toward the Earth ship. The weapons were powerful enough to destroy most ships with 1 hit. But something impossible happened. The Earth ship kept coming. The energy beams hit it, but it did not explode. Its hull glowed red-hot where the weapons hit it, but it did not break. It just kept moving forward like nothing was happening. It's impossible, Zara said. No ship can take that much damage. Shoot it again, Gracul screamed. More weapons fired. The space around the Earth ship filled with bright explosions, but still, it kept coming. Now Gracule could see that its hull was covered in burn marks and holes, but somehow it was still flying. "Sir," Grick said, his voice now full of fear. "That ship is not trying to run away. It is trying to ram us." The Earth ship smashed into the nearest pirate vessel. The pirate ship exploded in a ball of fire. The Earth ship came out the other side, damaged but still moving. Then something even more frightening happened. Small objects shot out from the Earth ship toward all the other pirate vessels. They moved fast and looked like metal eggs with rockets on them. "Boarding pods!" Vexstar shouted. "They are trying to board us!" Gracule had seen boarding pods before, but never like these. Most boarding pods moved slowly and carefully. These moved like bullets smashing into a ship so hard that they went right through the hull walls. "Battle stations," he ordered. "All warriors prepare to repel boarders." But even as he gave the order, he felt something he had never felt before in his life. Fear. Real fear. These strangers, these humans from Earth, were not acting like any enemy he had ever fought. They took damage that should have killed them and kept fighting. They attacked when they should have run away. Explosions started coming from inside his own ship. The humans were already aboard, and they were fighting their way through his crew. The sounds of battle echoed through the halls. "Who are these creatures?" Vexstar whispered. Gracule did not answer. He was beginning to understand that he had made a terrible mistake. These were not the soft, peaceful aliens he was used to hunting. These were something else entirely. These were predators. And for the first time in his life, Gracule was the prey. Marine Sergeant Deho Shin moved through the pirate ship like a hunter stalking prey. His power armor was black and silver, covered in scratches and burn marks from the fighting. The armor made him look bigger and more frightening. But it also kept him alive when the pirates shot at him. Behind him, 5 other human Marines followed in a line. They moved quietly and carefully, checking every corner before they advanced. Their weapons were ready, but they did not shoot unless they had to. These humans were trained soldiers who knew how to fight smart, not just hard. Sounds of prisoners. "Ahead," said Corporal Juan Lee through their helmet radios. She was small but very strong, and her eyes missed nothing. "I can hear crying." Deho held up his hand, and his team stopped. He listened carefully. Yes, there were sounds of pain and fear coming from deeper in the ship. His jaw became tight. With anger, he hated people who hurt innocents. "Move forward, but be careful," he whispered. "These pirates might have traps." They walked through halls that smelled terrible. The walls were dirty and covered in old blood. This ship was used to carrying slaves and prisoners. Deho had seen places like this before, and they always made him angry. A pirate jumped out from a side room, shooting a big energy weapon. The blast hit Deho in the chest, but his armor absorbed most of the damage. He stumbled back 1 step, then raised his rifle and shot once. The pirate fell down and did not get up. "Contact ahead," he reported to his team. "Keep moving." They found more pirates waiting for them in the next room. There were 6 of them, all big and mean-looking with sharp teeth and claws. They had better weapons, and they knew the ship layout. They should have been able to stop the humans easily, but they had never fought humans before. The pirates expected the humans to hide, shoot from far away like most aliens did. Instead, the humans ran straight at them, firing as they moved. When their guns ran out of bullets, they switched to knives and fought hand to hand. Deho grabbed one pirate by the throat and threw him into a wall. The pirate was bigger and stronger, but Deho was faster and knew how to fight better. In 30 seconds, all 6 pirates were on the floor. "Prison area's through that door," Juan said, pointing ahead. They cut through the metal door with a laser torch. Inside, they found 12 cages with the alien prisoners. Deho felt sick when he saw what the pirates had done to them. Dr. Kaleth was lying on the floor of her cage. Her crystal body was cracked in many places, and blue light leaked out like blood. She was barely alive. The gas creatures floated weakly, their bright spots very dim. The 6-armed aliens had burns and cuts all over their bodies. "Medical team to the prison area, now," Deho called on his radio. Then he knelt down next to Dr. Kyla's cage. "Hey there, doctor," he said gently. His helmet's computer translated his words into her language. "You are safe now. We got your message." The crystal alien's large eyes opened slowly. She looked at the human in the scary black armor and expected him to hurt her more, but instead, his voice was kind and soft. You came," she whispered. "But you were just one ship. There are so many pirates." Deho smiled, even though she could not see his face through his helmet. "Lady, we humans have a saying, you mess with one of us, you mess with all of us. And you definitely do not mess with innocent people when we are around." He opened her cage carefully and took out a medical scanner. "I am going to check how badly. You are hurt, okay? This will not cause more pain." While he worked, Jiwan and the other Marines freed the rest of the prisoners. They gave them water and basic medical treatment. They spoke to each alien in their own language, telling them they were safe now. "Sergeant," came a voice on the radio. It was Lieutenant Minji from the ship. "We have taken control of all 12 pirate vessels. Total enemy casualties, 847 dead, 23 captured alive. Human casualties, 0 dead, 12 wounded, none serious." Deho nodded. That sounded about right. Pirates were used to fighting people who could not fight back. When they met real soldiers, they did not last long. "What about their leader?" he asked. "War Chef Gracule is alive, but hurt. Commander Jihoon wants to talk to him." Dr. Kyleth listened to this with amazement. One human ship had destroyed an entire pirate fleet in less than an hour. She had heard stories about the Deathworlders, but the stories said they were violent. Monsters who killed for fun? This human was a warrior, yes. His armor and weapons showed that he knew how to fight very well. But he was treating her injuries with gentle hands, and his voice was full of kindness. "Why did you come?" she asked him. "We are strangers to you. Your government did not order you to help us." Deho finished scanning her injuries and started applying medical patches to her cracks. "Because you asked for help," he said simply. "That is enough. Where I come from, when someone is in trouble, you help them. Yeah. It does not matter if they are human or alien, friend or stranger. Right is right." Around them, the other humans were carrying the wounded aliens to safety. They moved carefully, making sure not to cause more pain. These were the same soldiers who had just fought through an entire pirate ship, but now they acted like gentle nurses. Dr. Kyleth realized something important. The galaxy had been wrong about humans. They were not monsters. They were guardians. Dr. Kyleth Vexandra floated in a special healing tank inside the human. Medical ship Mercy. The warm blue liquid helped fix the cracks in her crystal body. Through the clear walls of the tank, she could see the amazing sight outside the window. More human ships kept arriving every hour. They came from all directions, jumping out of hyperspace with flashes of light. Some were big warships like the Retribution. Others were smaller, faster ships. A few were huge vessels that looked like they could carry thousands of people. "How many ships do you have?" she asked Dr. Sun Ho Lee, the human doctor taking care of her. He was a kind man with gentle hands and a warm smile. "In this area, it'd be 50 ships by now," Sun Ho said. "But more are coming when humans hear that. Innocent people need help. We do not send just one ship. We send enough ships to make sure the job gets done right." Galeth was amazed. In her world, if pirates attacked someone, the government might send 1 or 2 patrol ships to investigate. But these humans had brought an entire fleet just to help strangers they had never met. "Commander." Jihoon Park came to visit her every day. He always asked how she was feeling and if she needed anything. Today, he brought good news. "We found your ship's research data," he told her. "The pirates had not destroyed it yet. All your work on the energy plants is safe." "Thank you," Kyleth said, "but, Commander, I do not understand. Why are you doing all this? We are not your people. Your government did not order you to help us." Jihoon sat down in a chair next to her healing tank. He looked tired but happy. "Let me tell you about humans, Doctor. We come from a very hard world. Everything on Earth tries to kill us. The weather. The animals, the plants, even some of the water. We had to learn to fight just to stay alive. He pointed out the window at the human fleet. Other aliens think this makes us monsters. They think we only know how to destroy things. But they are wrong. Fighting to survive taught us something else. It taught us to protect each other. I do not understand, Kyleth said. On Earth, if someone was in trouble, the whole tribe would help. If wild animals attacked one family, all the families would come to fight the animals. If someone was hurt, everyone would take care of them. We learned that we are stronger when we work together. Jihoon stood up and walked to the window. When we went to space, we brought that with us. It does not matter if you are human or alien. If you need help, we will help you. If someone hurts innocent people, we will stop them.
Outside Kyleth
Could see human soldiers working on captured pirate ships. They were not destroying the ships. Instead, they were fixing them and painting over the pirate symbols. What are they doing to those ships? She asked. Making them into rescue ships, Jihoon said. We found records of other places where the Kethmer pirates had slaves. We are going to use their own ships to go free all the prisoners. Kyleth felt her crystal body grow warm with emotion. These humans were not just saving her and her crew. They were going to save everyone the pirates had ever captured. How many prisoners? She asked quietly. Over 300 spread across 12 different systems, Jihoon said. His voice became hard. Men, women, children from dozens of different worlds. Some have been slaves for years. That afternoon, Kyleth watched through her window as the human fleet prepared to leave. The ships moved into formation like a school of deadly fish. Each ship knew exactly where to go and what to do. Dr. Sunho came to check on her one more time. We're leaving you and your crew with a council medical ship, he said. You will be safe. They will take you home. Where are you going? Kyleth asked. To finish the job, Sunho said simply. There are still people who need help. As the human fleet jumped into hyperspace, Kyleth began writing her report to the Galactic Council. She wrote for hours, trying to explain what she had seen. Humans are not the monsters we thought they were, she wrote. They are something much more dangerous to those who prey on the innocent. They are protectors who will cross any distance, fight any enemy, and pay any price to help those who cannot help themselves. A week later, her report reached the council chambers on the capital world. The alien leaders read it with growing amazement. The humans had not just rescued one research ship. They had destroyed the entire Kethmer syndicate, freed hundreds of slaves, and turned the pirates' own ships into rescue vessels. But the most surprising part came at the end of the report. The humans had sent a message to the Galactic Council. Humanity requests permission to establish permanent patrol routes in sectors deemed too dangerous for regular peacekeeping forces. We seem to work well in dangerous places. We promise to only intervene when innocent lives are at risk. The Council voted that same day. For the first time in galactic history, they gave a Deathworld species permission to patrol civilized space, in the dark areas between stars, where pirates and slavers used to hunt freely. Human ships now moved like silent guardians. The galaxies. Predators learned a new fear. If you hurt innocent people, the humans would find you, and they would bring friends.